Hey guys, welcome to AFTERBUZZ TV. You're joining us for a new series on ABC, Speechless, starring the hilarious Minnie Driver. We're going over the first episode, the PI pilot, so stay tuned.
You're tuning into the destination for TV superfan discussion, AFTERBUZZ TV. And now, let the buzz begin.
Such a great song.
Love Dolly Parton.
It's always nice when they provide it.
The minute this song started in the beginning, I was so excited.
Right? Although I noticed she tuned it to 102.7. I was like, I don't know if Kiss FM would play Dolly Parton.
But are they in LA? Like, where are they?
Well, that's true. They're somewhere around there. Hey guys, welcome to AFTERBUZZ TV. Thanks for joining us. I'm your host, Susannah Kim. You guys can find me on Twitter and Instagram at Susanna_Kim. I also have with me...
Hi guys, I'm Briana Phipps. You can reach me at bphipps14 on Twitter and Instagram, bphipps1214 on Snapchat, because they want me to be different.
Hi guys, I'm Tara Erickson. You can find me on YouTube, youtube.com/Tara Erickson, and on Twitter at the Tara Erickson.
Awesome.
Yeah.
I'll also be in the Snapchat, guys, just if in case you're here and want to talk.
Nice. So thanks for joining us, you guys. Yeah, like I said, this is a new series, new episode. Let's start off with some first impressions. What'd you guys think? Overall, just a general...
I love it, and I laughed out loud at least 3 times, which is a lot.
At least 3 times.
Which is a lot, because normally I'm just like, but I laughed when the girl starts yelling out of the van with my first. I just like laughed for a good 20 seconds. I was like, that's brilliant.
Right from the get-go.
Yes.
I really liked it, and I think it has a lot of potential. There's a couple things that I think that they need to kind of iron out a little bit, but I don't know like how the rest of the season's gonna go.
Right.
But overall, like, I really liked what they were doing with it, and I think it's gonna be fun.
Yeah, the stuff they were using was great, but it's hard to say because it was so quick, or it went by so fast. I was like, it's over already? Is there another issue we're gonna see? But no, yeah, it was really quick. I loved it. I thought it was quick, it's witty, and it's also very, like, enlightening in a way. You know, we've never really seen a show with this sort of dynamic, I guess. So yeah, I loved it. So, all right, we're introduced to a family, the DiMeo family. They're sort of, I don't know, how would you describe them? They're sort of like a... very homey, down to earth, maybe a little bit of a wreck. Not a wreck, but
Down to earth, I don't know.
a lot going on.
It's like each character is so uniquely different from each other. Like the girls kind of are both really aggressive though, and then all like the men are kind of more like laid back, except for the one.
Except for Ray.
The
kid, yeah. He's definitely like the adult of the family. Right? I would say, because the dad's pretty goofy and chill and so laid back and doesn't really want to do much, and the mom is, you know,
so intense.
So intense, but at the same time kind of chill too, kind of like, you know, hey, I want to get a dog, and he's like, no, that's a huge responsibility. So yeah, I love seeing that dynamic.
I feel like that's such a normal family thing, but they're also really like sarcastic and a little bit brutal with each other. You know, like when at the end, I'm skipping to the end, but whatever, when she like goes to apologize but doesn't actually apologize to his face, and just is like, I was gonna do that. I love that. I think that's like real family stuff that actually happens. Being like,
she's a very tough love parent, except for the one kid.
Yeah,
Right.
exactly.
Which is something that she realizes, I guess, through the episode.
Yeah.
All right, so would you guys say that you relate to her at all, like being that sort of motherly figure? Because she was definitely the, I guess, like, not to pun, but the driver in the family, you know? Was that too much? But yeah, like she drives the family. She leads it. She wears the pants. Do you guys relate to that at all? Is that how it was in your families?
I don't know. I had a little bit, like, both my parents were kind of equal of that. I think, like, for me, the most thing I relate to her is because I do have a younger sister with disability. So when she, like, yelled at the guys for making fun of his hands, like, that I related to. My thing is that staring, because people will stare at disability children because they, like, don't know, like, what, I guess they don't know how to react, so they'll just stare. So I do the thing where I just stare back at them. I'm like this. And then sometimes they notice me and they're like, oh. Like, kids I don't have an issue with. When it's an adult doing, I'm like, really? So that I was relating to her on. But I don't think I would be quite as intense as she is as a mom.
Oh, yeah. She was straightforward with it. She told those kids off.
Yeah.
And she was totally okay with JJ flipping him off, too.
Totally.
His version of flipping him
That's
off.
the finger.
I feel like you would possibly come to that, and especially in the beginning where she's like, this coupon is going to become not a 50% coupon right away, and she does everything to save that dime. I'm like, yes, I probably would become that brutal, like very intense mom if you're dealing with, you know, you have a disabled kid and like 2 other kids. It's a lot. I mean, I feel like I would be like, we're doing this right now. This is the way that it goes. Here's the board. Everybody, here's your list of like responsibilities. I feel like I'd probably be fairly intense. Is that bad?
No,
is everyone
not at
like,
all.
oh my God?
Because I think it makes sense that she's like that because she has JJ. Yeah,
That's probably pretty crazy.
Yeah, totally. So talking about JJ, we were kind of talking before the after show now, what we were thinking he might have possibly. I unfortunately am not very like experienced or versed. I'm not familiar with a lot of disabilities or, you know, what that entails. So I'm just like, I assume the rest of the American population that's just enlightened by, I guess not enlightened, but just, I don't know, made more aware of things that are going on. Like you were saying with the staring, adults don't even realize they're doing it, but they do, you know? So I feel like this is a great way to make us think twice about, you know, how other families live and what they're going through. I'm sure
which we
you
looked
have
it
a
up.
point to share.
Yeah, we looked it up, and it is cerebral palsy, which is what I had thought it was, and whether or not there is more, because usually with disabled children, there's multiple things, but there's usually one main thing, and that for him is cerebral palsy, which is the wheelchair and the muscle kind of disconnect.
Right.
But I just love how aware he is.
Yeah, his sense of
Like
humor
his
is
sense of humor
on point.
Yeah.
He's hilarious.
Although I wonder how annoying doing the head thing has to get after a while to be able to communicate.
Maybe. All right, okay, so we see this family. They're basically thrown into Newport Beach, I think it is, right? Is what they say? Yeah, and they're going to this fancy new school because the mom found a program where JJ can have an aide. Someone's going to follow him around and pretty much be his voice, which he's never had before. It's just been his mom, so he's really excited about it. What did you guys think of his new aide?
I don't know.
Jennifer?
I don't feel like she had even a part to care about.
She was hilarious. She was a great comedic
her.
relief. Yeah, but I don't know if we're gonna see her again.
That's what I'm saying. She was there for a second to make fun of, and now she's gone. And I don't know if she'll be back. I don't know. I guess we'll have to wait and see.
Yeah.
She was so excited to join the family, and then she's like, "Can I go?" Like when she gets to know them, she said that I think anywhere from 3 to 5 times.
Yeah.
I feel like.
Yeah, she was totally uncomfortable with JJ's humor, which I thought was funny.
Totally.
I don't know if it was humor as much as him just being rude to her.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, he's just fooling around. But yeah, I thought that was hilarious. I love their dynamic. Hopefully, we'll see her again. I would like to see her come back and just mix
she was
things
great.
up. Yeah,
Totally.
I want her to
super
come
fun.
back and just be a total different personality because of their experience with this family.
She's traumatized.
Just like a hard ass, just not swearing because it's obviously ABC.
Yeah, right.
She
Just
becomes
coming-
the daughter.
Yeah.
She's yelling and
hair
really stone cold and
That's kind of what I
brutal.
wanted at the end. I didn't want her to still be nice leaving it at the end. I wanted her to just be you know what, lady?
Oh,
Crazy.
Yeah.
Right. She kind of got to that point earlier, but then she was suckered into helping out Ray, I guess.
Right. I thought it would be funny if she spells it out on his board in the bedroom where she's like, F you.
Yeah. Bye.
Bye.
So we find out from Ray's complaining that they've moved many a times, that this is not, the first time that they're moving to a new school. I think he said it was 6
school in 2 years.
That's
Yeah.
crazy. I relate to that because I've moved a million times in my life. I've been to 2 elementary schools, 2 middle schools, 2 high schools, 2 colleges. So I totally, so being in this situation where you're just, I don't know, you don't know anyone, it's definitely tough. I can't even imagine doing so, with a disability in a school where it's not really accommodated for that. So do you guys relate to that at all? Have you guys moved and been in that sort of situation?
My parents live in the same house that I've lived in since I was born.
That's awesome.
You lucky gal.
I've never been I've moved since moving out of the house a couple times, but even me I think talking to people in LA I've had 8 apartments since I moved to Los Angeles. I'm I've had 2.
Really?
Yeah,
Lucky.
I'm a homey person. I like to stay in one spot. I don't like to move around.
That's awesome.
I am one of those 12 apartments people
Yeah.
in LA. That's how I roll.
That's how I roll.
I like to keep it fresh. I like to be on my toes.
So they get to school, and already Maya is the name of the mom, right? Yeah, Maya, she's already making demands because she realized they don't have a wheelchair ramp. She's starting a petition already. She meets with Kenneth. What is he? Did you guys figure out what do you think he was?
Like a janitor slash like gardener slash upkeep at the old school.
Yeah, I don't.
I was trying to label him too.
I mean, now he has a new job, so it
he's
doesn't
got a
matter.
new job.
Yeah. He's hilarious. I love him. He's in other stuff, and I couldn't think of where I've seen him from. But he's definitely done a lot of comedy, I feel like.
Yeah, he's great. He has really, really good timing.
Yeah.
My main impression of that whole scene though was like, I brought it back to it later on because like I'm gonna jump ahead just a quick second, but like. We have this amazing astronomy room. We have this fair with like these rides, which I'm like, the fairs at my school were like the ride. There was no rides. It was like win a goldfish.
Yeah, we didn't have fairs, so
We had like
fancy.
So I was like, but they don't have a ramp in the front of the school.
Exactly.
Like, how do they have all this fancy stuff? But yet this is like what they're gonna skimp on.
Yeah, totally. No, that's what I was thinking about. Like the location, the reason that they, or I don't know if it's the reason that they picked, but I love that they picked the school in this, town, because it's like, oh, they do all these things for inclusivity, and they have all these fancy things. Like we were saying, the planetarium, but they can't provide, just basic accommodations.
Right.
So I think that's maybe why they did that, because it's like you would expect to see, I guess that in maybe like a lower class neighborhood where they might not be able to afford it, but it's like you fools clearly can afford this. You're
Which
just
is also
not thinking of it.
crazy that they have to move to this like crap house just to be able to go to this amazing school.
Yeah, super crap house.
Yeah.
Super rundown next to the train and the freeway. Didn't know that was possible.
Yeah, but having a cell tower in your backyard has got to be rad. I mean, no
That was
That was
bars.
the weirdest
struggles.
thing though. That
Are
was
the
like,
bars.
okay, your house is gonna be falling apart, but we've painted and made this cell tower look like a tree so you can't see it.
Right. Which I would be like, this is great. No more non-service struggles.
Yeah.
You should be awesome.
Right.
I'm down.
So yeah, I mean, yeah, the house is okay, I think. Yeah.
But like, I don't know. Like, would you do that? Would you move to a terrible, terrible house to be able to afford a great school for your kid? Or
Yeah,
I think
feel like
so.
I would.
I don't know if like I would go as far as to that house though. Like, I think I'd want like somewhere medium because I wouldn't want them living in that situation either.
Right. Yeah.
Right.
Maybe not that particular house with the deck that was missing.
Right.
Like, just
they
walk
said
out
Or you
into
could
nothing.
fall to your death.
Sorry.
Yeah.
They just told us Kenneth was on Reno 911.
Thank you.
That was
There we go.
from
Looking out. Yes,
Joel
that's
Code
exactly what it's from.
386.
Thank you, Joel. Yeah, totally.
Joel.
But yeah, maybe not that house in particular, but I totally understand, trying to make the best out of a situation and, trying to be in an environment that might be best
like trying
for
to
him.
go to a neighborhood so that you can send your kids to a good
Exactly.
Yeah.
Just,
That-
just having spent time outside of the house more. Just like go
Right.
out and play.
Or build a
Go
deck.
to the planetarium. Yeah, exactly.
Well, I grew up next to because I'm like this little town right outside San Francisco, and that was like my dad grew up. He's a huge San Franciscan, like 100%, like 5 generations.
Wow.
But he couldn't afford private school in the city, and he wouldn't want us going to a public school in the city because they are more rundown. So that was like
Really?
so I get that.
Yeah.
Like okay, move to like a suburb so like. But
Totally.
but not that house. Not a house where a freaking door can maybe fall on my child and maim them.
Yeah, maybe not so
I
much.
feel like it'd be fun. It's so nostalgic to then, eventually they're not going to be there. And then you think back, you're like, back from that house, remember we didn't like have a deck and we fell off
Right.
there a few times and the doors fell off. And you're like, ha, the days, the good old days.
Way back when. I would like to see him like fix up the house. I think that would
Yeah.
be kind of fun. So,
Totally.
Yeah, we'll see him
In the
See
future.
what they do with it. Yeah, in the
Create
future.
a deck so they don't have like a drop off to nothing.
Exactly.
Yeah.
We have
and they
a-
should have a ramp, right? Is it
ramp, right,
exactly.
Build their own ramp.
We have Jasmine Anderson here says she loves the show because she has cerebral palsy.
Awesome.
I think that's so amazing that this show can create that.
Yeah.
Exactly, and we haven't so much seen, that.
Yeah, because like Big Bang Theory, I feel like kind of did that. Like my sister, because like I said, she has cerebral palsy as well, and she has autistic qualities, and she relates to Sheldon so much on Big Bang Theory because of the autistic part. So I think that this is a great another avenue for that too.
Yes, and with JJ's personality, I really like him being someone that, they could look to and be like, hey, he's so confident, so comfortable with who he is,
Exactly.
Doesn't have any sort of like insecurities. He's,
Right. He's just
Knows
out there.
who he
He
is.
puts himself out there and he's like, here I am.
I love that.
At first he hates, he does not want to be the president. And then he decides like, I'm going to do this right at the end, which I love. I thought it was
Yes.
great. I'm skipping you the end, but
No,
whatever. I'm saying
that's perfect. That was like the
It's
main.
okay. We're probably gonna have to get to the end of the next 2 minutes anyway.
So that was like the main issue is that, he didn't want to go to the school. They were trying to make him president. He's like, no, I don't like this place. But we find out Ray actually loves it because of the planetarium and because of the girl who actually has a boyfriend already. So that didn't work out.
Well, not yet.
I don't know.
Not
Yeah,
yet.
we'll see.
We'll
don't
see what
know.
happens.
We'll see. I mean,
Yeah.
he gave her a little peck at the end, so we'll see where that goes, right?
That pet could go a long way, Susannah. Could go
Yeah.
a long way.
We have a full season ahead.
Young love blooming. But yeah, so it turns out, I guess he has a new aide in Kenneth, right? And then Kenneth helps him announce that he's going to run for president.
Yeah.
And I guess they decide
Which the
to
whole
stay.
school's already on board for. So.
Yeah, exactly.
Totally on board.
So weird, but also awesome to see.
I feel like it's Kenneth's like 15 minutes of comedic fame is like being his aide. Of being
yeah.
like, oh, these words. And he's like, I'm gonna make this great.
Right,
Like,
yeah.
Which I love. I'm like, that's
This
fantastic.
is that moment. I'm not just the gardener / janitor /
Not
whatever the
anymore.
hell anymore.
Whatever he
anymore.
is, yeah. He's
Yeah.
now aide.
Isn't it? Yeah.
So yeah, I think that's it. It's a pretty quick episode. I loved it. I thought it was quick. The
Yeah.
writing is amazing.
It's totally amazing.
Yeah.
Oh, one more thing for her,
Sorry.
which I in the episode, somebody comes up where the teacher goes, Zachary's cousin is deaf, so he gets it. Basically
yeah.
saying, like, he gets it. I'm like, that's like basically saying, I had a broken leg once. I was on crutches for 2 weeks, so I totally
get
get
it.
it. Which I'm like, I'm wondering if people who actually have, a bigger disability get that a lot, where people are like, I had a broken arm once. Like, I get it. It's rough. I couldn't pick up a coffee with my right hand for a long time. And they're
Right.
like, seriously right
Yeah.
now? I feel like that happens probably
Yeah, I
to
think,
them in real
I think the
life.
show went it goes very overboard with it, but I think that they in a very comedic way show how that stuff happens so much.
And
in
to
real
do that
life.
in a light way is awesome.
It's great.
like having
Yeah.
the whole class oh no, we're offensive, everyone sit down, sit
Right.
down.
Yeah.
Loves it.
That's so good.
All right, so I guess that's pretty much it. Thank you guys for joining us. Hope you guys will join us again next week. We already had people in our chat,
Yeah, we have
so
a
thank
lot
you
of
guys so
people.
Yeah,
much
thanks
for
for
that.
joining.
And a quick teaser, we might have John Ross Bowie, who plays the dad, Jimmy, joining us soon. So
Yeah.
keep an eye out. I'm Susannah Kim, you guys. You can find me at Susanna_Kim. It's SUSANNAH_KIM.
And I'm BPhipps14 on Twitter and Instagram, BPhipps1214 on Snapchat.
And I am Tara Erickson. You can find me on youtube.com/TARAERICKSON. Tara Erickson.
Awesome.
Thanks,
See you
guys.
next week.
See ya.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz
you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.